Hello everyone! In today's video we are going to make a cute little lily pad or a little lily pad pillow for Mrs. Froggy to lay her little head on. For this pattern we will be using a size 6 bulky blanket yarn in a couple of colors. So you'll want green for the lily pad, and then you'll want a couple of colors for the flower. So you just need a little bit for the flower. You'll also need some stuffing if you're making the pillow. And then we'll use some scissors, a size J 6mm crochet hook, and a little yarn needle to weave in our ends. And I think that is it. So if y'all are ready to get started, we're gonna start with our green yarn. And here we go, let me find the end here. Uh-oh, got a knot in it. We are going to make a little slip knot to attach it to our hook. And then we're going to chain 2. 1 and 2. Now in the second chain from the hook, I'm going to put 6 single crochets. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if your little chain opened up, you can just pull it closed a little bit, and then we're going to slip stitch to the top of our first single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it is right here. Just going to do a little slip stitch to close up that little circle. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Here's a 1 and a 2. In the next one, here is 3 and a 4. In the next one is 5 and a 6. In the next one is 7 and a 8. Next we've got 9 and a 10. And then the last one, we've got 11 and a 12. And then we want to slip stitch to the top of our very first one once again. Slip stitch. Now for round 3, we're going to chain 1 and turn once again. For this round, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then 1 single crochet. And then 2 single crochets and then 1 single crochet. So here's a 1 and a 2, and in the next one goes 3, and then a 4 and a 5, and in the next one 6, and then a 7 and an 8, in the next one goes 9, here's 10 and 11, and the next one is the 12th. And the next one goes 13 and 14. And the next one goes 15. Oops. And last set, here's 16 and 17. And in the very last one is 18. Oopsies. Oh dear. 18. All right. Now that is the end of round 3. Now we are not going to slip stitch and connect this time. Instead, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now for this round, we're going to do 2 single crochets, then single crochet, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so 2 single crochets in the first one, 1 in the next one, 1 in the next one. So here is 1 and a 2, In the next one goes our 3. In the next one goes our 4. In the very next stitch goes 5 and a 6. In the next one we do, oopsies, our 7. And in the next one goes our 8. In the very next one we put 2. That's 9 and 10. In the next one goes our 11. And the next one goes our 12. The next one we put 2. That's 13 and 14. And the next one is our 15. And the next one is our 16. And the next one we do 2. That's 17 and 18. In the next one we do 1. There's 19. And the next one we do 1. That's 20. Now we've got our very last set. So we do 2 in this one. That's 21 and 22. In the next one we do 1. There's 23. Very last one, our 24th stitch. All right, and that is row 4. Row 4, round 4, what do we want to call that? Okay, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And this is round 5. This is our very last one. So in this one we're going to do 2 single crochets, then 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, then 2, and then 1, 1, 1. All right, ready? So here's 1 and a 2. In the next one we put 1, that's 3. In the next one, 1, that's 4. In the next one, 1, that's 5. In the next one we do 2. Let's see, that's 6 and, nope. Yep, 6 and 7. Then we do 8. In the next one, 9 and 10. Then we do 1, 2. 1 and a 2. And then we do 1, 1, 1. That should be our 15th stitch, right? I don't know if it's helpful for me to count like that for you guys. I think in multiples. So like this row has multiples of 5. So we do 1. Crochet is just a lot of math, right? 2. Here's 1, 1, and 1. So that is 20, right? Here's 1 and 2. There's 1. Oops. 1, 1, and 1. So that's our 25. Now in the next one, here's our last set. Here's 26 and 27. And then last 3. Here's 28, 29, and 30. All right, now our lily pad is complete. So we have some options here. If you are going to make the lily pad pillow, you are going to cut your yarn and finish it off. Then you're going to make another one of these and leave your yarn long to stitch it all together and everything. So I'm going to leave my yarn long on this one. But for those of you who are making just the lily pad with the flower on it, we are going to put this to the side, and I'm going to show you how to make the cute little flower that goes on top. So we are going to grab our center color of our flower, and here we go. I am going to do a little slip knot and attach the yarn to my hook. Now I'm going to chain 2. Here's a 1 and a 2. Now in the second chain from the hook, we're going to single crochet 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to slip stitch to the top of our very first chain. And that is all for this color. So this is going to be the little center of our flower. So now you can just pull that little loop out. We've got a little center to our flower. Now pick the next color that we're going to be using. So I'm using pink. You can use whatever pretty color you want. And we're just going to join this yarn in any of the stitches. Here, I'll start right at my first one here and just do a little, just pull it on through, a little slip stitch or just a little pull through. And there we go, make sure I'm using the right end of the yarn here. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you're just going to slip stitch into the very next stitch, which is right here. And you've just made one cute little petal. Now you're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slip stitch into the very next one. And there's 2 little petals. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch into the very next one. You're just going to repeat that until you have 6 cute little flower petals. 1, 2, 3, 4. And slip stitch. There's 4 little petals. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 little petals. Then in the very last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch into the very last one. And there's 6 little petals. Now we can pull this yarn out and cut it. Now you want to leave one of your yarns long, so it could be the pink one or the yellow one, it's up to you. I'm going to bring my end to the back here, but yeah, you can leave either one long, but you don't need all of these strings here. So decide which one you want to leave long. I usually leave the petal color, but it depends on how you want to stitch it onto your flower or onto your lily pad. It really doesn't matter. So I'm going to tie off the yellows into a nice good little knot, and then I'm going to just snip it so that those ones are kind of gone. And I'll be using the pink then to stitch my flower onto my lily pad. Okay, now for those of you who are just making the lily pad, you'll just take your little flower and stitch it right on there and weave in all your ends. But for those of you who are making the little lily pad pillow, here's what we're going to do. So we've made 2 little lily pads, and we kept the string long on one of them to stitch it together. I don't know if I kept this yarn long enough. I think I got a little overexcited when I cut that off. Oh dear, I might have to add some more. Okay, so we're going to go back to back, and we're just going to line up the little notch. That's really the most important part. So make it look like a little Pac-Man. And all we're going to do is just whip stitch it. So just go into the bottom lily pad, top lily pad, and just stitch them together. Into the bottom, into the top. And you're going to go all the way around the whole edge this way. Just easy peasy, just stitching it, just grabbing a little piece of yarn from the bottom, a little piece from the top, and stitch it together. And before you finish the entire thing though, you want to make sure that you add some of your stuffing. So when I'm about maybe 3/4 of the way around, I'll add a little bit of stuffing. Not too much, just a little bit. This is so fun because you can make them in like different shades of green with different color flowers for Mr. and Mrs. Frog to have a nice cozy little home area. Or I suppose you could just make lily pads. I think the ones that are just the lily pad that's not a pillow, it makes a really cute coaster too if you just want some cute like frog and pond kind of accessories for your room or your home. The lily pad is really cute. Here we go, and I am getting pretty close here to the edge, and so I'm going to grab a little bit of my stuffing and stuff it in there. And there we go. Nice. I got a little more for the edge right here. There, how cute. Okay, and I think, am I gonna run out of yarn? Darn it. I am. Okay, that's all right though. I'll show you how I attach another piece. I'm just gonna run that in there, hide it on down there. Oh, I have that little extra bit. Darn. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a little chunk of yarn here. Oh, cut that end off. And just thread a little bit more onto there. Okay, let's stitch up the rest of this guy. There we go, easy peasy. Okay, and then once we get to the very end, we'll just want to weave in our ends. So take this little guy and weave it all the way in somewhere down there. And this guy too. And now for the fun part, we get to stitch our cute little flower wherever you want to on the little lily pad. So let's grab little flower here. And where shall we put it? I kind of usually put it kind of to one side like this. You can stitch it right in the center or wherever you want. So I'm gonna thread one end of my petal colored yarn, my pink. And I think I'll put it about there. I just stitch it onto my lily pad. And then I run it through the bottoms of where I did the slip stitch, right there. And then bring it into the lily pad again. And then go into the next little petal area where I slip stitched it, right about there. And that's it. Just go round and round till the whole thing is stitched on. And then I'll weave in these little pink ends. And if you kept the center color of the flower, you could just go up and down right through the center. Might be easier, I mean, you can stitch it on however you like it. Here we go. And then, yeah, comment down below and tell me what pretty shades of green you found. And that'll help out the rest of us too. Sometimes it's hard to find the perfect color green. This one I'm actually using, it's just called Green, and it's the Loops and Threads from Michael's. I got this at Michael's, I think, is that right? And yeah, they just call the color green, that's all. I'm like, they're all just called green. I think it's funny because they're different shades of green. Is it mint green? Is it lime green? Anyways, so tell us what you found and where you found it. All right, so once you're at the end there, just tuck that down in there. And I'm gonna tuck this one in there too, and then cut your ends, and you've got the cutest little lily pad for your sweet little froggies to get all cozy with. There we go, y'all. Where's my other one? Oh, cute. And Mrs. Froggy, here you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.